Hello and a warm good evening from Sierra Leone. Good afternoon, good morning from every other part you watching this live from. This is Sierra Leone Talent Live Extra program, the 26th edition. And in today's show, I've got a couple of things to talk about. One of the many things I'll be talking about has to do with an exclusive chat with one of Sierra Leone's growing female journalist and broadcaster who is beating the odds to create a niche within today's show. Relax, if you are new here, kindly hit the subscription button and subscribe to my channel. And if you are coming across this show for the very first time, this is Sarah Talent Live Extra program. It's a weekly show that comes up every Sunday from 22 hours GMT onwards, and it's primarily an anti-fake news, misinformation, disinformation show. This is your entertainment show, the one-stop show that brings you the very many things you need to know about development in Sierra Leone. This show, as always, gives voice to the voiceless. It amplifies the voices of individuals putting in the work from different sphere of life. And like I've always said, this show is being sponsored by um, Airways Entertainment in collaboration with few other partners. Among many of them are Northern Times newspaper, Ideal Graphics, Yuxu United Graduates for Sustainable Development, and I've also got few others. So before diving into today's show, those of you that have been following my space, I've always told you I've got my first ambassadorial deal in 2023, and that's huge. It's official. Your show host is an ambassador for Dubawa. Dubawa is an independent fact-checking agency based in Nigeria, and they are primarily looking out to combat fake news across Africa. Well, coming months, your very hosts will be doing some stuff around, um, combating fake news, misinformation, and disinformation with the independent farm, Dubawa. Well, sorry for the power cuts, and I mean, trying it. Like I said, if you are new here, kindly join the channel. And let's go for a short music break. And this very song is done by the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. They call themselves LXG. By the way, are a music group that's comprised of three talented singers. And LXG have put together a song titled Them Say, and that particular song is being powered by the Sludge I Verify and UNDP stuff. Let's have it and have a feel of it. Then when I come back, I'll talk to my guest and we'll catch up with the rest of the show. Okay. Social media self in line. I and themselves can testify. Fake news been addictive. Bad news been addictive. You don't come with you, Lele. Come on, yeah, with you, Lele. Check them well. Check them well. Before you post it on information, check them well. You don't deal with it. The this man they don't want go for that. Uncle go lay down the sleep because you listen, you get a voice and go fight. We start for the make club, but who like needs to make election walk longer. Fake news is quick for spread, and I'm so violence be let falla. So come back listen.
talk to you, man, them became. I verify and I and advise us for know what really happened. Desce, kuna fala desce. Desce, kuna fala desce. Not tell you brother, not tell you sister. Before you get and go, make you go check and verify. Yeah, I verify them, not go lie. Sometimes social media self to lie. No poster, no share. Election time, fake news can make on the bar. WhatsApp, Insta, Facebook, we know what you know now. I verify don't come from me, not the make lover. Confirm anything where they tell you before you charge up. Who was I ever good to say we know what I am? To anybody where they spread fake news, tell them say, go verify, go verify, go verify, go verify. Jagobiga, this election. Kuna fala dese, kuna fala dese. Not tell you brother, fake news. Not tell you sister, fake news. Not tell you party, fake news. They bring nambara. Jajila. Fake news they bring palava. Jajila. Fake news they bring nambara. Not talk waiting you know. And proper information. Make you go check, I verify. Yeah, I verify them, not go lie. Sometimes social media self to lie. IRN themselves can testify. All right. That's it. That's it. I mean, this is not the 26th edition of Sierra Leone Talent Live Extra program. Like I say, I get two very important guests them today on the show. One of which now a growing broadcaster and journalist. We happen for be somebody where they create your niche and then they try for bit dominated, the seemingly dominated male space for able, doing bits. You don't they tell stories where most often I don't they come across. There are some other stories where una not come across it of this very personality, but this opportunity inside the show for let you know more about this kind of know the kind of work wey they do, know your ambitions and reach who they now. I mean, there is seemingly a huge and long distance still for cover, and this person very optimistic. Say, we will reach it very soon. But inside the show, as always, this show they come to you for unlock the voices we matter. Those voices of Sierra where they do well and a little corner. Those voices of people with depressed. I mean, we they look forward to amplify their voice, and this same way so all duty bearers them to account for able ensure say they're able rescue very many issues we get for do with societal concern for the general good. In the show already, I've got the one of the guests, Marian Amaria Bangura. Marian, good evening and a pleasant welcome to the show.
Hi, Amy. Thank you very much for hosting me, and I'm happy to be here. And how are you doing?
All right. I mean, I know about this name. I mean, waiting if people already listen you need for know about this name. Whose kind character this person be?
Okay. So, Marian is a simple and religious lady, and she's a journalist
Okay.
in Sierra Leone and out of Sierra Leone. She's an investigative journalist, building a niche in fact checking, accountability reporting, and human rights. Um, Marian is currently employed at the African Young Voices Media Empire, and she is also a freelance investigative reporter at the Posted States Ghana website. Yeah, and Marian is passionate about women, especially women issues, and she aims to see a world where women and girls are more safer than now.
I mean, in brief, when I already meet Marian for the first time, by the way, that's the story. There is a lot more about this story. First off, Marian, who said the inspiration come up for some journalists?
Okay. So it started way back when I was in school. So growing up, my mother and my father used to tell me I should be a lawyer, and I grew up building the mentality that I want to be a lawyer. And even in my childhood diary, sometimes when I look at it, I laugh because those were all the things I wrote there that I wanted to be a lawyer. So, but faith has its own way. So when I worked in school back in the International Academy, about around SS1 to SS2. So at JFK, Journal International, we have this literary and debating society, news and journalism society, those school clubs and all. So I was one of the news and journalism society. So what it entails back then was to merely just be assigned to you like for this Monday as a student, as a pupil, you are entitled to just go by one newspaper and then look at the key story in that newspaper, read through it, and then on Monday, devotion, you will read it in front of your colleagues. So I was doing this for like sometimes on Mondays and Wednesdays. I was assigned for Mondays and Wednesdays. So every Monday or Wednesday morning, I'll ensure to get myself a newspaper and then find the most important story out of that newspaper and then read devotion. So at first I was scared, but eventually I got used to it. So from there, my principal, I don't know what she saw in me back then, and a close colleague, a pupil, the late Mohammed Lady, I don't know if you know him, Kitty Lady's son. So I think they saw that I had a potential in this thing, like I was good at it, informing my colleagues. So there was one time my principal told me, Marian, after school, what do you want to do? And then I said I wanted to be a lawyer. And then she said, I would advise you go read journalism. That would be nice. Like you since you are talented in informing people, and I think you can do it. And I didn't take it as much serious until when I got requirement to go to college. I held the paper, the form I got for FPC in my hands. So because I was confused on how to go about filling it, I met Lebby, who was a close friend. Great memories to him. He's now late. So in filling the form, we each had this section where it stated which course I wanted to study. And then I said, Mom, I said, let me law. And then he said, no, Marian, read mass communication, at least you become a journalist about that. So cut it short, that's where the idea is. So I said, okay, put mass com, and then he did put mass com in the form. So I just went back home. My dad was like, what? You said you want, I wanted you. And that's it. That's how I became a journalist. So I would say people who recommended it to me because they saw the talent in me.
So, in any way, did you accept that vision? I mean, how did you cope? Balancing the lawyer call and that of the journalism, destination. Wow.
Like
It-
the moment
yeah.
I wrote on that paper that I wanted to study mass communication, I developed in 3 days. It was God's calling, that God called me. Yeah. I did everything about law. I wanted to do like just disappeared. And today, if you ask me, like no offense to lawyers, I will tell you that if I have the chance to study I would study communication for communication in all aspects because I fell in love with it eventually. So it wasn't hard for me. So what I did when I was studying as mass communication, I ensured to enroll myself at network issue. So that was the start of the journey. I enrolled myself at this. Like I was a student and at the same time, you know how difficult it
Yeah.
can be. You are a student and then you are a reporter on radio station, you know. But
Right.
I coped all of it because I love journalism. I fell in love with it and I think
All right.
it's
So
my passion, yeah.
good. So before we come to that very story that gave you confidence that yeah, I am a journalist, I should stick to this profession. I also understood you are doing. Can you confirm this?
Yeah. So the
How?
blogging came, I started doing blogging because of my love for writing. You know, journalism, it's mixed. You can do audio journalism in a form of radio. You
Hmm.
can do video journalism, which I am more into now at AYB. But
Okay.
the blogging, you know, growing up, I love writing. I wrote a lot in my diary all the time. I just explain things about my friend, you know,
Hmm.
about school that way. So I knew that I loved writing. So that I sort of like turning my writing skill into something like informing people who write about. So that's where the idea to one of the blogging.
Okay.
So I started writing about lifestyle, just topics that I feel people want to read. For example, the first article I think I did on my blog site was 7 skills if you want to be successful, something like that was mainly on my personal experience and research. That was more because I love writing and I want to improve on my writing skills. That was why I started doing blogging and I am still doing it.
All right. And by the way, for those following your show that may wish to go reach out to you, um, how could they reach out to your blog?
Okay. So on my if you go on Facebook, you search me on Facebook, Marian Amaria Bangura.
Okay.
As in Amaria Amaria Bangura. Yes. So on my profile, because I'm public, everything about me is public. So on my Facebook profile, I indicated there, I put the link there that will take you direct to my blog site. And yeah.
Okay. All right. I mean, what was that story? What was that story that gave you hope that yeah, I am a journalist, I've got the right call, and I'm into the right profession?
Okay. The story. Who's it again?
Or I mean, what was that moment or that particular story or that particular interview you did that gave you hope that how yes, I am into what I wanted.
So for me, it wasn't a story.
Hmm.
It was a radio program. The
Okay.
feedback means something good to go on about it. So at CTN, we usually do continuity announcing. So there was this year, I don't know the particular year, I was on schedule on Valentine's Day as a continuity announcer. So since it was Valentine's Day, I decided to develop a program like a talk show around girls, how they should celebrate Valentine.
Hmm.
So for the entire day, I didn't play music. I was just sending advice. Like I thought of what I experienced as a girl when I was in school. How I saw some of my colleagues buying flowers, buying.
No.
I didn't do that anyways, but I had friends around me that did.
Hmm.
And for some, the outcome wasn't good. I
Mm.
had a friend, I will not name names. The outcome wasn't good.
Okay.
So I thought to use that example to advise girls. So I was on air continuously saying like in Creole, girl begin this and they tell me for sure mama love, papa love, no go buy flower, and say the go left for boyfriend house, no go no father you party them and they call school to school, school to school.
Okay. I mean, it make enough sense. So, I mean, waiting at that particular,
I
yeah, go ahead.
it was like I reached out to lots of girls on that day. So
Mm.
I didn't even know the impact. I was just advising them on what to do. Buy flower for your parents, your siblings. Don't go to boyfriend. Don't go make them go use you before you tell you school for some other day. So
Wow.
some days after, like I was doing the same continuity announcing thing, and then I got a phone call. And
Mm.
then because we normally announce the radio station's number, this
Mm,
girl
okay.
picked up and then said, "Oh, Marian, I've been listening to your show on this day," and it was just testimony,
Okay.
telling me about how she had made plans, she had bought things for go left to the boyfriend, blah 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 blah. I mean, I felt good.
Wow.
Considering the fact that when I've been listening to your show, where you advised me, I just give up on everything and not go again. And then I feel like I reached somebody. What if he be for the food? What if
Okay.
we don't buy it actually go penny for it? Maybe the story would have been something different.
Mm.
So that was it. I just
Okay.
know this is me, this is journalism. I have impact people's life and I should continue doing this.
All right. That's incredible, and of course, a very solid testimony. So, woman them primarily in a saloon, just like other African countries, then and other parts of the world. In fact, I get colleagues in Afghanistan, where I get colleagues in Iran, where they find am very difficult for allow themselves for be journalists when a woman dem. As a female journalist and salon, um, how fertile the female soil dey for people wey wan do journalism wey not woman dem.
It's somehow very challenging, but nonetheless, I would advise every female child or female woman who wants to do journalism to do it because it is the best for you. So when I say it's challenging, like for me, I didn't know the much challenging in the way like I also with harassment or whatever sexually or what.
Yeah.
The only confidence I had was to like pick myself up in the career. Like when you're starting something, like the whole process of everything, like learning how to do it, it wasn't easy. Getting story ideas, it wasn't easy. Putting myself together, it wasn't easy. But eventually, as I did it, I did it. That's how I learned from it. And today, I'll say, Alhamdulillah, I'm not there yet,
Yeah.
but I think I made a good choice. Yeah. So it's very challenging. It's very challenging. Not for me, I don't know about other women, the stories they have, but for some women, because they want to do journalism, they will like, message, but I mean, that sometimes you actually just say, oh, woman, what is this? Woman, what is this? So I started starting the stories, like the woman, they don't know what it is.
All right. So I mean, Amaria, um, wetin na some of the biggest challenge wey you feel say you don overcome for reach who side you dey so? Wow. Okay. Wow.
Okay.
Okay. So I mean, it's raining here, and I sure say the guest them go really want for a more than what they say now. And I just want to give them an opportunity. So I'll take a very short music break. The for like before the break. What do you want to tell young girls we want to become journalists but afraid?
Okay. Alright. Well, in name na Amaria, and if they talk to me about in journey, as a female journalist. I'll tell you get Amaria very shortly again. But I can't be promise una, you know, I feel say an attempt for we able for get the other guests na the show we na Ibrahim Kamara. So apologies, it's raining from my end, and my studio is gradually being disturbed because I can hear the loud sound of the rain. I mean, got two guests for today's show. The other is Ibrahim Kamara, and for sure, I've got Amaria again. But let me try to see how I'll get Ibrahim as well added. So I'll chat to both very shortly. So Mariam was actually sharing a story. He will tell me how he start journalism, who are the kind of character he be. He don't share with me how in nurture and believe, for becoming a journalist from people they advice and for defy the parental call. And people that always want him to be a lawyer, but it's not all for choose journalism through a decision where we end up able to make with the help of a friend when a late friend now, Levy, where happen to be the son of the famous media practitioner James Tamal Levy. I mean, Mariam also say for become a female journalist na salon, a very challenging, but he say a fulfilling. Mariam continue for talk say, the space na salon, seemingly male dominated, but woman will able survive if you not allow for the intimidator. So I still get Mariam na the show, and Mariam now will use this term for let share with we. I mean, few things where you feel say na be the most challenging moments. Mariam, wetin na be some of the most challenging moments inside your journalism? Mariam? All right, yeah, sure, I dey get you. What are the most challenging moments?
Mostly,
Wow. So,
the,
um,
the,
yeah, Mariam, go ahead. Mariam,
so you
go
were
ahead.
asking about
Yeah.
the most
I know you're also hard hit by the rain. So, Mariam, if you can speak a little bit louder, I think that would be worthwhile. Can you speak a little bit louder? Okay, perfect. Yes, sure. So I get you now. Yeah. Exactly. Okay, so for you, the greatest challenge in journalism is you investing in your initial journalism career. I mean, at a time when having Leones was a very greater challenge. So, I mean, what are those moments that have, you know, located you as a journalist that you've always loved to, roll around? Yeah, sure. Mm.
as a journalist. I mean, those reflecting back how I felt, it felt good. I mean, like
Wow.
when you've been working on something for so long, let's say story, it has taken you hours. You started by conceptualizing the idea, doing research, and then finally putting things together, and then you see the outcome. Like those moments,
And by
it
the way,
has always been
did you took the copies around?
um, which copies.
The copies of your first publication. Did you have that in archives, or did you took the papers around, showing relatives who were doubting around what you are doing? Did that one?
So I didn't actually do it in a form of paper. It's a link
Oh,
that I
okay,
published.
okay, okay.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
on the way
So
on the blog.
so I posted that, sent to people, posted like I actually looked at the amount of words, my expression, like I was so happy sharing it, begging people to share and all. Even trying to, I mean, I even made efforts to like put it on different newspapers, but there are some newspapers in Sierra Leone that rejected my article because it was too good and it was questioning the
Ah,
president of Sierra Leone. So
and and
that
and
was
what
the first
and what's the
time I
title?
did.
What's the title of that story? Maybe my viewers here and the other listeners will definitely want to check it
Titled
out.
What Happened to the Promises, Mr. President?
Wow,
Question mark.
short or solid question.
Yeah.
By the way,
Yeah.
are there answers already?
No, no answers. Just that the answers I got already from the comment sections. I think those are enough for me. Not directly to the one I asked. I
Okay.
know I asked him, and I know he must have seen it, or somebody close to him must have seen it because when I posted it, I ensured to copy people that I am sure will have shot to make him watch it.
Okay.
So it's more like I didn't have a physical response or a written response. But the comments and feedback from people, I still feel like I got my response and I still feel like he must have read it. I mean,
Hmm.
he must have read it.
I see. And by the way, Mariam, today is just not too enough for me to exclusively have you talked around the topic we are to, chat about, because there are too many juicy things coming on from you, which I know will definitely take us a little bit longer here. But being that I would love to stay by the time and to also don't get you bothered, I'll definitely request that I have you on the show again in some other time, not pretty soon, but hopefully some other day. I don't know if that will be okay by you.
Yeah.
All right. So making use of the available time today, um, can you shed light on the realities of you being a journalist in Sierra Leone and crossing barriers? How did it happen? I mean, how did you saw that? Hello.
So being a journalist in Sierra Leone, you yourself, you know, but I will still answer your question. It entails a lot of
Yeah.
challenges,
Yeah.
and a lot of challenges, a lot of backlash from people, intimidation, working your way up, not being paid well, which is fact. We all know. There are people who already have the perception that Sierra and journalists, we are suffering. We're not being paid well, but like for some of us, we like the job. and we're doing it to help other people. And in fact, we're finding finance in different ways just so we can continue with our passion, just so we can continue with this journalism. But the challenges are too much. Competition for co-workers, or there are lots for me.
All right. So
there are really, really much.
all right.
And especially in doing investigative journalism, the backlash, let's say more like maybe you want to do fact checking because it's all part of investigative journalism. Maybe you watch a piece and somebody is not agreeing with you, or somebody feels like you are fact checking somebody close to them, so they tend to not accept the result of your investigative work or the result of your fact checking because you are doing it. You have investigated somebody close to them, so they tend to come back at you. So as journalists, some of us now, we have a board back. We take evidence and we just move on with our career, but there are many.
Okay, so as an investigative female journalist, what do you have to say regarding the presence of fake news, misinformation, and malinformation in Sierra Leone?
Everywhere, like it's everywhere. Like you look at WhatsApp, there are lots of fake news. Twitter, lots of fake news.
Okay.
Every corner in Sierra Leone, and the concept of fact checking is not popular in Sierra Leone. That's why most people don't tend to accept it.
Okay.
So of it, we're just correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Or are you aware of more like fact checking? Other than now, in Sierra Leone, people are not used to it. So when you do investigate, when you try to counter this information, they will tell you, oh, this person is either working for government, this person is either against government. They're always pointing fingers. This person is being paid to like this person, this other person in a black image or whatever on his image. That's the way. But there are always like counter misinformation or disinformation. But now coming to you, the ones you are doing it for are the ones coming back to you to insult you, to tell you you are this, put your character down. And now, so it's really, those are some of the things. It's really challenging doing investigative journalism in this area.
Okay.
The concept, I guess it's because people don't know much about it, like in countries like Ghana, what the last thing is people know about investigative journalism and they want to like do investigative journalism, but more clearly, and there are only few people who make the effort to check something somebody said. All we do is somebody says this and then we carry all of it. We don't fact check, we don't care about it. We figure what is mentioned, whether it's correct or not. So if you're interested in Israel, it has a long way to go.
Okay.
It has a long way to go, really.
Okay. What chances do you think misinformation and fake news has leading to the 2023 June 24 election if it is not tackled?
It has high chances. In fact, if I can hint, it's 90%. Why? Because the misinformation platforms are so much more than the fact checking ops. Like, let's say, if people are not even, let's say, this new initiative we just saw by Slash, I think, I Verify.
Yeah.
And let's say I Verify is the only, or there are few, let's say, like, for example, 5.
Okay.
Fact, just 3, let's say, for example, just 3 fact checking hub in Sierra Leone. With the lots of misinformation going on right now. So the chances is, the chance is slim. It's actually slim because those few institutions, people are not investing in fact checking ops. As considering how the misinformation is ongoing, like there are some people that take something, let's say for example, there's a source, an one for name, where regularly they pass information on WhatsApp. The misinformation also slow it down that publicly people are proud of him. The people they share in putting in the send, enjoy the record. People are enjoying it and they play and publicly as it. One person is don't know create content and talk. And the next thing that people don't make it's a custom now in Sierra Leone. They don't even care for fast check or know whether this person and who they talk, how credible this person is. Looking at this person in information, knowledge, looking at this person credibility for lingo, they can't talk to me, they listen. When this person tell me say
All right, so I miss Mariam just now, but just wanna know every bit of this show na exclusively an idea we dey look forward for um, an idea wey dey look forward for able amplify the voices wey matter, therefore get on board people wey dey play their own contribution in a little way for able develop salon, and people wey believe in the reality of creating impact to other people in your life. So inside today on show, I dey talk to Marian Amaria Bangura, who happen to be a female journalist, and same way so happen to be um, you know a blogger. And I same also get Ibrahim Kamara, the head of media of the Sierra Leone Football Association. But for the past 45 minutes, I've been on the talk to Amaria, and Amaria almost the wrap up now. But I also get Ibrahim Kamara, and I go on follow himself. Say hi to one way they follow, where they view the show on YouTube live, and same way so they follow another platform. Ibrahim, good evening, welcome to the show. All right. Ibrahim will come and talk about the salon participation inside the first ever female U20 competition where the nation don't host, and of course, the first ever female U20 competition for the West African Football Union. Historically, na salon host this competition. Na 9 nations dey for participate, but na 4 nations beyond for participate, and as we speak, Sierra Leone dey very close now for able become champions as dem don set up date now for play against the Senegalese wey dey lead the group out of the group stages wey dem don play. And Ibrahim go come and tell you more about all of this. Ibrahim, take me through how the past 3 days don be inside the southern city of Bo.
a format and create a format where people for give opportunity to the teams and for play more matches where they make the organizer in the round robin system. So that system there obviously is just like a group. So all the teams that they play themselves. Because the match they won, pass. Because Salon, we draw with Guinea 1-1. Then Senegal beat Guinea-Bissau 4-0. Then match two we don't play. Beside Salon, we beat Guinea-Bissau 2-1. Then obviously Senegal we beat Guinea. Now our match we play the final matches. We get what happen tomorrow. And then Guinea-Bissau they play Guinea. So the way the group is right now, the way the group is right now, the championship at the end of the day, the country where they emerge the highest number, they automatically they be crowned as the champion of the maiden edition of the under 20 women. So now it's the time is largely between Sierra Leone and
Senegal.
Sorry, Sierra Leone and Senegal.
Yeah.
Guinea, yes, Sierra Leone and Senegal. Given that Guinea lost one match along the way. As a matter of fact, two matches, and Guinea-Bissau also we don't lost for two. Guinea-Bissau lost to Senegal and they lost to Salon. They lost to Senegal and then draw with Salon in the first match. So basically, the two nations that we stand a chance to win the championship, and they get for play tomorrow, we the host Salon and Senegal. So in essence, whichever country we win in that match, automatically they emerge as a champion. So it's not, the grand final. And because of the country, we're not really going to have the grand final in the true sense of the word. Because as long as two countries against right now, whoever wins between Sierra Leone and
Senegal.
Automatically they emerge as a champion. So that's the battle that we're going to see tomorrow. That match at 7 p.m. And the first match of the day tomorrow between Guinea-Bissau and Guinea play at 4 p.m. But tomorrow is regarded as the closing, obviously closing ceremony. So there's going to be a closing ceremony. We're going to precede any two matches and so we're going to have, cultural performances and the legendary Steady Bongo, whether including Alassane Sharif, also going for perform. We're going to get one female artist, say this is a female artist. So we're
Exactly.
as possible for pictures in video, woman they come forward, and largely represented in everything that we do when it comes to this tournament. So obviously we're going to have a female performer. There's one popular artist, Naboya, in the person of Kodila.
Yeah.
Sing one popular song with most people and the people in the southern region, you could relate to it in some part of the country, in fact, some part of other parts of the country. So that's basically what we have in store in terms of a ceremonial closing of the tournament. And when it comes to the matches proper, those are the two matches that we're going to have. The first one being Guinea-Bissau at 4 p.m. and the second one where we look at will be the grand final, the play between Sierra Leone and Senegal
Right.
at 7 p.m.
Yes. Ibrahim, thank you for this update. But one thing we people really don't admire inside the tournament, the decision of Salon as host nation in collaboration with WAFU for allow learning games here play, under free status, meaning they only ask nobody for pay any loan for enter. I mean, what inspire this decision?
Okay, so basically, it's the encouragement inspiration came from football. Let people understand, see, what the man they do, the woman are also equally for them on the pitch. It was interesting for finals that most people encounter. They were amazed,
Yeah.
With the performance of the girls. Most people were like, wow, watch the beginning they play. The person facing a woman in the play, or pass you come really close for able for figures in a woman because all the tactics, the techniques, the skills, the hot shots, and the everything, the volleys, where you see with the male Premier League they play or the male tournaments they play, you see almost all of that inside this tournament. So basically, we want let people come around and see exactly which in the ladies also offer on the pitch. Because a lot of people not they watch female football so long because they just think when they say woman they go play, the first way they can their mind they go in a comic match, they play match. You understand? So we wanted to give them the opportunity so they don't force to say, when woman they play, not to play. Sometimes it gets really serious when women play, as serious as when the man they also can play. And we succeeded largely in doing that. Don't forget, first of all, the venues and the matches they play, that newly unveiled facility. First of all, everybody wants to come, relax, at the Southern Arena and enjoy football.
Yeah.
So, this is why the turnout is really, really huge. And we're highly impressed. Even the WAFU people are highly impressed with the turnout. Then they mentioned, the director, the executive director from SLFA, he said, for already the well organized tournaments, you don't only see this kind of turnout from female football so across Africa. So I only don't know.
Wow.
He says, so you're highly impressed. Yes, they're highly impressed. Love ways the Leone has shown towards this particular tournament. So that they even don't give you edge, they don't give you the possibility, they don't give you the chance. You understand?
Yeah.
Or able for host virtual tournaments at other categories, virtual WAFU tournaments at other categories, like the male on the 20, as the case may be. So yes, that was why I wanted to sell out female football. Because the biggest plan here, or the ultimate aim at the end of the day, is to try and bring female football up to speed, to bring them at par with their male counterparts. So if you're trying to do that, the fan base, therefore play a very key role in achieving that. So if you're targeting the fan base, you have to give them, a conducive atmosphere. You have to give them the enabling environment for able to access female football, for able to watch female football, and try to connect them with female football so they will love and cherish them, just like how they love and cherish male football.
That's the hope, Ibrahim. But for female football, after the WAFU, waiting next. Yes. For female football, being that you don't lay the premise, say, now for keep the game up to speed. I mean, after the WAFU tournament for under 20 for the girls team, waiting next for female football development as a look.
For example, and this is why if you see the national team, female 20 team, they perform well in this competition, is as a result of the female league we belong and successfully. So after this tournament, we go back to the female league. We go back to ensuring that we give every young girl the opportunity for play football.
Okay.
Because what we don't have before now, we league not be on the play. When we have international matches, and the same players in the movie always on the recycle, the same names all the time. Because of course, we not really know, for example, talents that we now as far as full time, talents that we didn't put you, talents that we did, you understand, and that far, reach inside the country. We don't really know. But this league, obviously, see the league you play up to Pujan, you play that whole time, you play that different parts of the country. ensuring that we get the right people to represent Salon the right way. So going back to the league will help a lot, because this particular tournament is something, there's so much inspiration. So so many girls will be one for the league, but probably they will hesitate, or probably say it wasn't a good idea for them. Now they are clearly convinced to take a decision to become, a free footballer.
All right.
So we tend to exploit more in that area. And I think with a few more things, basically, we continue for give hope to young girls coming up, we're interested in becoming, footballers.
All right, so I sure say person way don't they follow the show, we don't get an exclusive idea about the female U20 tournament where WAFU organized in a salon, and a salon the host salon don't do extremely well according to IBK. And from reports we don't see, and also from the reality on the ground, there is extremely greater motivation for Sierra Leone football team and also other football team from the three other nations where they participate in this WAFU. In brief, the Salon Football Association said they want to amplify female efforts. Again, a lot they happen at the FA, and because we get Ibrahim Naya as the talkman of the Salon Football Association, we still want to make use of the opportunity for let Ibrahim also update you on few other things. First off, we'll start with the Leone Stars preparation. Leone Stars done the heighten the preparation for the past 3 weeks now. Leone Stars they can train for prepare for the Super Eagles. Ibrahim, any update from the camp?
Yeah, the camp is getting ready. The time not too late far again. The coaches have been on start training with home-based players. That particular training, they still make progress. Most of the players that they come in, players they go out, because obviously the Premier League still continues to play. For example, you want to win a game for a particular day, they can come around and the coaches that they work on them, you know. So yes, preparation technically, they go on, and the technical team for Kamara with a list of foreign-based players where they do well currently, for try and match them up with the home-based players. That list should come out before the end of this coming week. Don't forget, the match itself is slated for the 18th of June inside Liberia. So the plan is to be in Liberia at least a week.
Okay, perfect.
Before March Day. Exactly, before March Day. So far, running at the plans, so the plan seems to be heightened when we get to like 2 weeks or like a week, to the match, basically. But every other plan stay in place. Ministry also, they do their own part of the preparation in terms of ensuring that the funds they are available, for fund that particular outing. So every other thing has to be quite stay in place, and we're looking forward to ensuring that we get 3 points from Nigeria. It's tough. It's going to be difficult because I'm talking about one of the biggest nations inside Africa in terms of football. We're not Nigeria, but it's never impossible. We saw what we did against Nigeria inside Nigeria in the previous
Qualifiers,
African Cup of Nations qualifiers.
Okay. So
Yeah.
So this very game where Ibrahim they talk about, and the game this way will determine Salon qualification. Provided Salon able get a win, just waiting we need for able move to the next round. But off that, Ibrahim, a lot still happen at the FA. Various districts, including Bombali, Tonkolili, Potloko, Cambia, Karine, and very shortly, Kono and Bosef go come forget them qualifiers, then we will join the round of 32. Any more updates around the 2023 FA Cup?
Well, not very much really. We're still monitoring the progress of the preliminaries. And the round of 32 definitely will commence as soon as possible. But say all attention for now don't be directed to this tournament. And thank God the grand final or the closing ceremony, if you like, they happen tomorrow. And then hype, you understand, comes in a whole lot. Now they really the battle already. Because the preliminaries, now we just get the teams away they qualify for camp up they join the Premier League clubs. So when it gets to the round of 32, that is where the battle really takes the center stage. You know. So yes, pretty soon we'll get to that point, and when we get to that point, obviously of that particular competition.
Right. I mean, off the FA Cup preparation, the Salon Football Association also don't make two important announcements this weekend, and um, the Salon Football Association will make two important announcements this weekend. I will try to get Ibrahim back for let we come and talk around that. But may I just try to get opportunity to the other guests we get when Marian, Amaria, Bangura. Marian, you be done there long, and of course, I feel say this is a very special moment for you as well because we are talking about female journalism here, and we are also talking about a female tournament. But by way of you know signing off for this very show, where we hope to get you back in subsequent times. Waiting you have for left, I mean, as a take home for people who will listen to this show or where they listen to her now.
Okay, I'm already speaking, but I want to say thank you to you for hosting me because this is a really nice initiative. Putting this dialogue together for people to be informed about issues.
Yeah.
Just listening to the conversation, have not been following up on football in general issues here, but it was worth knowing about female football in Sierra Leone.
Amen.
So, back to my topic, I would sign off with saying to all female girls out there, females or girls who want to do journalism or who want to go for journalism, go for it. I will advise you to do it. It's a good profession for a woman, and like don't let anybody intimidate you. Just own your space, like you can do it. And journalism in general, don't go in for the money. The money always comes after. It's not a profession where you will be rich early, but just do your passion and do your best. Then the rest will be story. Yeah.
Right.
Don't know what
Maybe finally, what should people think about whenever they hear the word fake news?
Okay, so just know that fake news is real and don't just share something immediately you see it. You know, in Sierra Leone, we have this culture. Maybe sometimes people do it for fun, or I don't know, because they want to you see a content because you feel like this content is suitable to you or you like it, or this content says something you've always wanted to say, or this content hits on somebody you want it to hit on, so you feel like you want to share. I mean, just always try to at least check. If not, you cannot do investigative journalism, you cannot do fact checking. But the least there to know the source. Who is this coming from? I can remember of recent that there was a rumor going on about a certain Congolese minister who impregnated a deputy female. I mean, like it was everywhere. Like even prominent people in Sierra Leone were posting it on their blog and the thing about Akim and his wife, and then Akim this blah blah blah. When people shared those contents because they thought it was like, oh, Akim was finally defeated a female. Well, that was not actually the story. So certain the Biowa and other institutions, Patrick Ghana, they took it upon themselves to follow those stories, and the story was different from what the media carried. So you see, just when I would say the whole thing about misinformation, try to check. Don't just share because you see other people are sharing. Just know that in mind. You don't know, maybe you don't know the type of problem you will have from it or danger you will cause. But just try to cross check. That's all I would say to anybody listening. Now, especially during this election time, we are at a critical period where fake news can either make the country or break the country during this election. So take it upon yourself as a citizen of Sierra Leone to at least know the source of information you share.
All right, thank you very much. Just like Mariam have rightly said that one. I mean, this is what we all should be looking out for as a brand ambassador for Dubai in Sierra Leone. I mean, whenever you see a news you are doubtful about, ask where it's coming from. You know, try to see what people are saying about it. Run a check for yourself. If you can't at all, send it to Dubai. Dubai will definitely run a fact check for you. You have not to pay anything for that one. It's an independent agency looking forward to combat fake news. And again, in Sierra Leone, I also understood there are agencies, championing fact checking. NDI, Slash I Verify. Check them out and see how it gets along. Once again, Mariam, thanks for coming up on the show. Surely, I'll definitely arrange another show for you, and that one will be exclusive because I'll definitely want my viewers to be seeing this face. I know those who have been following my angles have seen the face on the flyer, on the teaser again, but of course, a face-to-face chat will be very worthwhile in the coming months or in the next year, hopefully by the grace of God. Thanks again, Mariam. Have a blessed weekend and stay strong and continue to inspire society.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me. Bye
So
bye.
it's always a pleasure. All right, her name is Marian Amaria Bangura, and she have just spoke to me about um, her journalistic journey, how it all started, and where she been, and what are the things she've also overcome, what are the successes that have located her, and a lot more. So I've also got Ibrahim Kamara on the show earlier, who was talking about series of development within the Silent Football Association. He had spoken about the WAFU tournament underway in Bo, and he has also spoke about the FA Cup, the Sierra Leone Football Association 2023 FA Cup. He has also shared plans of organizing the second edition of the National Women's League, and of course, he had also told us about um, he has also told us about the preparation in camp. You know, he has also told us about the preparation in camp of the Leon Stars, and um, and he was going to tell us about few other things before I lost him. Um, um, I am trying to get in contact with Ibrahim again so he could just summarize on the updates he was giving. Ibrahim, additionally, I've also said very shortly the list of invited Sierra Leonean players would be out for the public consumption. He said government is playing its part through the Ministry of Sports to ensure that the necessary preparation is done for the Leon Stars Super Eagles game underway in Liberia on June 18. This is Sierra Leone Talent Live Extra program, the weekend weekly show that comes to you on the space, the anti-fake news, misinformation, disinformation show that looks forward to all duty bearers into action for them to take acute measures for public good, also to project the voices that matter in Sierra Leone. That is why all of my guests I've got on Sierra Leone Talent Live Extra program have been individuals who have, in one way or the other, contributed towards the development of been able to make their impact in their own little way. And then Ibrahim Kamara, like I said, um, will probably be coming up again just to wrap up on the things we started discussing.
about the Sierra Leone Football Association. He is the spokesperson and, of course, the um, head of marketing, at the Sierra Leone Football Association. This is Sierra Leone Talent Live Extra program. If you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe. If you are watching this show for the very first time, kindly share the link and ensure that the message reaches your own audience. Because from this end, in another city of McKinney, this show is coming to you with support from the AR Roots Entertainment and the CEO of Not on Time newspaper, Mr. Sergeant Banga, and of course my partners as well, who are Ideal Graphics that does all of the graphic work of the show and related things. Anointing Peak Studio are also a partner. Evil Records Studio CEO David FCC Red Wine Popular is also a partner, and of course, we've got UXUD, United Graduates for Sustainable Development. They are also a partner to this all important initiative. This is a show that comes up every Sunday from 10 o'clock onwards, and it aims to combat misinformation, disinformation, and fake news in Sierra Leone and Africa. But primarily, it also hopes to project some of the finest voices in the society in Sierra Leone, in Africa, and other parts of the world. There are a lot of guests lined up for you, and then keep following the show. And for sure, I'm just trying to get back to Ibrahim Kamara, who is sure to join us shortly. I'll give him a few more time because I'll be wrapping up the show in the next 15 minutes, hopefully, just so I keep my viewers entertained and informed as always. So, I don't have a program is entering its 27th edition, hopefully next week. And based up, the guest will also be a female. And I'll definitely be making that announcement in the coming days. So again, if you are just seeing any information on that for the very first time and you're doubtful about it, kindly reach out. So I've got Ibrahim again, and he's here to wrap up. Of course, this could be a very busy moment for Ibrahim because he's in Bo right now as I speak. But I want to continue to thank him for his readiness to come and serve. Ibrahim, you are going to talk about the relative the latest announcement the Football Association have made. I've also lost Ibrahim. I've just lost Ibrahim again. I've lost Ibrahim again. Ibrahim was going to tell us about the latest announcement the Sierra Football Association have made. Ibrahim, let's go to the latest announcement the Sierra Football Association have made. One talking about the ordinary congress, another talking about regional election, a much awaited one. Wow. I'm sorry, Ibrahim can't come up anymore. I think he's pretty busy, but for sure, I'll be having him again in subsequent times. So, those of you that have been watching the show, thank you for staying true and um, also remember to always cross check the news you share. Also, remember to um, to also um, to always ask questions about who is sharing this, from whom this is coming from. But last, this is Sarah Leone and we there. Let's take this from Behind the God's Song, Shadow Boxer, and Eddie of 441. You gonna like it? We there, oh, we there, oh. Baby, not get tired. People survive, oh. Baby, not get tired. Baby, not get tired. Video, video, singing no good time. Well, that's it. That's it. See you all next Sunday on the space. If you are new here, kindly subscribe, share the live, and watch out for the 27th edition of Silent Live Extra program. See you all. Peace.